I think Zach should start this week because it's been a while.
Hey, hi, hello there, everybody. Yeah, dude, it's been like a week or something. Emily, it's been like well over a
12
year.
years
It's
for
been.
us.
It's been.
1 week.
It's been not just 1 week, but 16 years or something.
Welcome back to the Mochi podcast. I'm your host, Zach, with my host, Tim, and his host, Hayden, and our special guest, Emily.
Hi.
Welcome.
It's me.
Yes. Make sure you're speaking to the mic.
Hi.
Move it around like I always do.
You gotta bring it.
I don't want to touch it.
Put the big robot.
All right.
You won't be as bad as me where I've ripped this thing off the table like 3 times
That's probably
before.
what's
So
gonna happen.
no,
I'm gonna
I like to do
it on
this when I'm on the podcast. You know, I'm
You
like,
said so awkward, too.
I did that during my interview. No, I was like, spoilers. Anyways, so I was just like during my like interview, I was like
Yeah.
trying to look as relaxed, but this is just something I always do. I don't know why.
Try to
I
look
want
relaxed.
the job.
Shout out our boy Lake. He's not with us this week, but he's with us in spirit.
He died.
He's not with us anymore.
I didn't say that. He said not with us this week. I didn't say he's gone forever. We shot him into
He'll never be back.
the moon or something.
Space.
We shot him into
The late
space.
cannon.
He knew too much.
After Meatwad, we just couldn't deal with it
Had to let him
anymore.
So you're the small host now.
It's
Yes.
me. I'm actually Lake, y'all.
Bring the mic up.
Oh, sorry.
What's been done? Don't worry. I do
it
that all the
working?
time. Where I'm always like, yeah, so anyways.
So, for all the viewers, try to count how many times Emily makes fart noises into the mic this
I'll
episode.
put a counter up.
I found out the other day that you could put a straw in your arm and blow in it, and it makes loud fart noises. So we did it at the hospital.
we
for
have
like
some
30
paper
minutes.
straws.
Please do it.
In the
I don't believe it.
A paper straw.
yeah, we have
straw.
we
I
no
don't
we
think
have
paper straws
we
will
no
work.
we have silicone straws. Means Sarah bottom, so we can
No, not that
we don't
one,
have to
yeah.
keep buying them.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Why don't you just use yours?
What?
I don't
What
think
is
it
this?
Use
I don't
yours
have
and
straw. I
then
don't
drink
think
some
it's plastic
more.
straw.
It's like a metal straw?
Yes, steel.
Do it right now. I want to hear.
I don't think it'll work.
You put that in the
This one-
dishwasher?
It's worth a shot.
Is that
you
made out of
don't.
oil?
Oh my God, you do. What? No,
How
it's
much?
just wet.
How much was that?
I got them on Amazon for like $8 in a pack. There's like 10
Oh.
straws.
Okay.
This was $67.
Zach's like,
Amazon.
that's perfect for the van.
I've got some more. You can have some.
Yo,
Sure
I went out
love.
to this weekend and went out to Zach's van. He's doing some other really cool modifications. I don't know if Zach wants to go into that.
Spoiler. No, I wasn't gonna say anything, but
It's
No, I
supposed to
had
be a
to,
surprise.
Because I don't know.
It's
You
cool.
really
but
don't
yeah,
have to.
Yeah, you don't
You
have
have
to
a
know,
van?
but
you'll see it.
Zach's
at a later
still
date.
ever working on the van. But this past weekend, Zach and I hung out for a while and did little few things. We messed around with the Elgato for like game capture stuff we've been talking about before with like streaming, capturing, and that kind of stuff. But not only that, what I was getting into is that you hooked up the mics by the couch.
Oh yeah,
And
dude.
how great was
Dude,
that?
we need to start doing the podcast in the living room.
We
You
could.
never realize like how nice it is to just recline on the couch.
'Cause I
we had the mic
What, like
set
this?
up behind,
like
just like
Like
this.
interview stance?
So, no, dude, if I had my own TV show,
hey, interview.
I would have,
lady.
and I had like the following, and I was like, they were making merch for me, and I was like, yo, you gotta do like a silhouette of me, but in
Just
this
chilling on my
in this
chair.
pose. This is the signature pose. Not only that, Jack and I did one thing that Tim and I've done a handful of times, and that is
no.
kiss. No,
I love before the podcast. She's like, "Don't mention weed," and then she's the first person to say it.
Zach and I sat down and we binged an entire anime series of 12 episodes, and I didn't think.
Anime.
Yeah,
Blunt means anime.
yeah, I get high off anime, so you know.
Join me.
Joint me.
Join me, please.
So
Oh god.
we watched. We're not going to really get into the series we watched too much. I just want to say that I think Zach and I would. If you're thinking of watching a new anime and you have the account to watch it on,
That's me.
we watched all of the first season of The Promised Neverland.
So
And-
good. I want to rewatch the series. So
Hell
if you want to
yes.
see it, or if Blake wants to watch it,
I'd be down
Emily
to watch it.
wants to watch it. I'll so be
I sure
down
do.
It's
watching
awesome.
that again.
And
That's a lie. You know what?
Sign me
to kind of give you like a very brief
Sign me up.
to kind of give
before
you.
8 p.m. Before she falls
We're going to
asleep.
start at 5 o'clock.
Gosh, man.
I'll be out by 6 o'clock.
My whole schedule about to be jacked up, but to kind of give you a whole synopsis of the show, it's about a lot of kids living on this at this orphanage, and they make a really dark discovery, and it just changes how the whole like their entire world completely in. They have to figure out how to resolve this problem and everything that they come across.
Did they kill one of the kids?
No.
Oh.
It's not it's very, very dark, but it hasn't gotten that dark. It's a show that plays mind games with you.
She'll know anything about anime. So she said
I'm
like
just here for the show.
Yeah, but I just wanted to go ahead and get that out because I was very excited. Tim and I have binged anime together before, like tons of times, and me and Zach, we've watched like a couple episodes of stuff together, but nothing to where I felt like Zach was like actually engaged in it, which was awesome to say, you know.
Yeah, it was a special moment.
If you want like something that's like really intense and like will always keep you guessing, check out the Promised Neverland. It came out like this year, but so we can jump to like the next topic. I just wanted to get that out. I really wanted to get that out because me and Zach had like we had a weekend.
So Emily,
Anime. Kiki's delivery service. Let's talk about that.
That's one. That's one of those animes.
It's a good one. I like it.
So me and her were talking about what she would want to talk about on the podcast like a couple weeks ago, and it was really important for you to be here because she had because obviously you've been.
Love you.
She loves you. She loves you.
I can't be without you.
I said it's only been like 2 years or something.
I don't think it's been that long.
It's been a long time.
Something like that.
Sound like Elvis. I can't be without you. Or how Elvis would say it. I don't listen to Elvis. So
King,
I said I can't be.
he had a lot of movies and a lot of Chevrolets. What were we talking about?
So what are we talking about?
That's how you rate wealth. How many TVs and Chevrolets you got?
Yeah, I think he had like a song about it or a movie about how many. I don't know. R.I.P. the King. Anyways, back to it.
But anyway, she was talking about like
fall back on my puns.
As Emily was always a lover of our Born Seagulls and Roommate series.
R.I.P.
And I guess that's probably why you like the podcast. So for people that haven't listened or hasn't like seen all our old stuff, before we did the podcast and before I did videos, really me and Zach, when we were more on that YouTube kick of like trying to be big on YouTube, do sketch comedy, yada yada, before you just can't do that stuff anymore. Like we did a thing called Roommates where we weren't roommates, but he was over at my house all the time.
I think
we were pretty much roommates.
We weren't roommates.
And he just stayed at my house all the time.
And do you remember what the first episode was? What we did in the first episode?
Is that the one with the vacation station? That's been my favorite one
No.
so far.
We were just talking about that, weren't we?
Yeah.
What video is that from?
I thought it was the unanswered questions.
Yeah,
that's it.
Now the first episode was the Patron one.
The New Year's Eve.
Yes.
Patron.
And it's like, and it's just the worst.
Tim broke
I
Edge
watch
that
them
night.
sometimes.
Oh, I did break Edge that night. That's when I broke Edge.
Edge.
Yeah.
Straight
I
edge.
guess something I didn't really claim. I just didn't.
All
drink
straight edge
whatever.
ones. I think I broke Edge in 2013. Best decision of my life. So
you go back and watch those videos?
I
You were in
have
one of
before.
them.
Yeah, I was in
The
like drawing one.
Yeah.
Where we did blindfold.
Oh, that was so
we gotta
good.
do that again.
That was so fun.
We gotta remake that video.
We have to invite Philip too.
Yes.
So he
'cause
can
Philip
yell at
is-
me
Be on
and-
it,
So
too.
he can be mad.
Because
at me
Philip
and-
is actually like the funniest person. It's just no one knows it. He doesn't even know it. We laugh at you all the time, Philip, behind your back.
We laugh with you.
without
behind
you
you.
laughing.
at you
You're
with
just not
you when you're
present.
not around, you know.
It's all love.
However you want
Because
to phrase
he
it.
did that to you, right? When he flipped an armadillo upside down.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were drawing stuff, and Phil took my picture that I had hung up and flipped it upside down. So when I was continuing to draw blindfold, I was drawing on like its head or its butt or something, and it,
I thought you meant a physical armadillo, and I was like, man, what kind
I think
of...
it was a llama.
So we caught an
I think it was
armadillo.
a llama.
Caught an armadillo, a
Yeah.
wild animal for no reasons. Boring seagulls.
But yeah. So as a person that listens to our podcast every single week, and you you binged like every episode.
I
and,
did
like,
watch
you.
this last Friday. On Friday, I was like,
Ooh.
I've made it, y'all. I made it.
I gotta now rewatch all of them.
Yeah, now I can watch them all. So
You watched it
makes
just because
better.
Lake was meatwad,
Yeah, Lake's been keeping me every week. I had to tell you.
and except for this week, you ain't gonna listen
Yeah,
to this episode.
I'm not going to. I'll just have to put my voice in Lake's
Do
voice
not blame me.
together.
I probably wouldn't even listen to this episode. I was like, Lake's not on it.
Yeah, screw that girl.
It's just a lake modulator where we have a lake
Just put Lake's
modulator.
picture over my face.
God,
That'd be creepy as shit.
That's like, ugh.
It's
no, I'm
Ray
gonna.
Lake.
I'll give this episode to Lake early and let him dub over everything that you say.
Just have my mouth moving.
It's a lot of
voice.
Yes. That'd actually be pretty funny.
That would be funny. I would watch that.
God, I would roll my eyes the whole episode. Because it would just be you'd be talking about something so serious, and he would pick like Hank Hill and just start talking like Hank Hill.
We're doing an Indian accent. It's like, what?
But yeah. So Emily, do you have anything you would want to say about the podcast? Any questions to ask us as a person that's one, our friends, and also as a listener, or any stories? Ooh, we like stories.
Yo, tell me some stories about Tim Bob.
Oh god, maybe not. Let's go to the next topic.
Yeah,
Let's talk about weed.
Let's go to the next topic.
the best story about Tim I have is our meeting story, and that's because it was just so tragic.
It was pretty good.
We overcome the fire.
Meeting story.
Yeah, so the first time me and her ever met each other.
Uh-oh.
Enemies.
It was really bad.
It was because Tim was apologizing to me because he was rude.
He
apologized to me over a
asshole to her.
MySpace message.
Okay, all right. Start over. Start from the beginning.
Through the night. We were at
Will AJ's house.
Ooh.
Shout out Will AJ.
Yeah.
It was a party.
Was the best.
Yeah. It was at his house.
You were 18.
Was I?
I was 16.
He was a skater boy.
I was
She
going to
said, "See
say
you
the
later,
same
boy."
thing.
She was dating a 15-year-old.
Now that I was going to leave that part out, but okay. And that person hated Tim, and everyone called him.
Everyone hated me. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
What was that nickname you had?
Cheeseburger?
Cheeseburger
Boulder?
Tim. That's what it was.
I still get called Cheeseburger every once in a while.
See,
I thought you had dropped that. I thought you was
thought
Tim
that
the
had-
Bob Boulder.
No, only Zach called
I thought
me
your
that.
mom only called you
I thought
that.
Cheeseburger
Mom calls me
Tim
Cheeseburger.
died.
She don't really call me Cheeseburger anymore, but like...
I've never called Tim that ever.
Who
I
calls
think
me
I only called him that
Cheeseburger?
when I didn't like him, and I was like, stupid.
The only people called Cheeseburger are usually people in like the neighborhood, like at Hickory every once in a while.
Everyone-
Cheeseburger!
It's not the worst nickname because
Stop.
cheeseburgers are awesome, but they probably use it in negative context. So
Yes.
F those
Well,
people.
it was
F those
cheeseburger,
Definitely.
cheeseburger and fridge. Those were my two. I don't ever talk about fridge.
I don't think I've
but
ever even heard
fridge
fridge.
was like my tag football nickname.
Oh, just fridge, not cheeseburger and fridge.
No.
Fridge Tim.
Hey, that's cheeseburger and fridge.
It's like the reject for Ratchet and Clank names. Cheeseburger fridge.
Yeah.
That sounds like a reject like Cartoon Network show.
If we ever have a Mochi podcast game, it's got to be called Cheeseburger and Fridge.
Okay.
The two sides of Tim.
The two. But they both look like me.
No, it's not.
It's just me
I'm
and my
just the
son.
same person.
So Banjo Kazooie and Ukulele's Cheeseburger and Fridge, the video game platformer.
So you guys, you don't know about Tim, but you already hate him or something?
Yeah, I didn't really know about Tim. I'd only heard the cheeseburger side of Tim where everybody hated him, and I was like, I probably hate him too.
I proved you right that night.
You sure did. I don't even remember what you said to me.
Oh, I know
I think
everything
you made
word
fun
for
of
word.
my relationship information.
Well, so not gonna say any names,
Yeah.
obviously, but
Here's their names
I mean,
on the screen.
obviously-
On the screen right now.
we can
Here's
call
their address.
we can call one of them Mary and one of them Juana, and okay,
Stop.
we gotta drop the weed stuff. Okay. Anyway,
Oh, I get it.
anyway,
Wink, wink.
so
Anime.
her name was Anna, and then May.
Anna and May, yeah.
No, it's anime.
Anime.
I don't like a girl named Annie.
Yeah.
Annie.
Anyways, what
All
you
right.
said.
You did it. Okay,
Ye did it. Man, ye did it.
come on, Hayden.
Ye did it.
All right. So anyway, so she was dating a guy, and the guy didn't like me, so obviously
I hated him then.
Because you're
Yeah.
such a threat
Yeah.
at this time.
he didn't like
Everyone
me,
called you
but he was part of
Cheeseburger.
that. He was part of the group that didn't like me, which I'm
is
gonna
weird.
bring
Oh,
up
good.
in a second about him and his friends too, because there's a weird
Oh,
part of
good.
that side. That's a good side versus a bad side. But anyway, so I come her and I see her and I'm like, that's Emily, and then I see her boyfriend and I see who her boyfriend is, and I'm like, I hate this guy, So,
but damn, she's beautiful.
But I hate this bitch too. And so,
Seriously.
I didn't say anything nice to her. I was like, I think I told you, I hope you don't get herpes or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good times.
Okay, that was a lot worse
hell,
than I
dude?
thought. I thought you were gonna be like,
You're a poop.
yeah,
You suck.
yo, your shoes whack, your clothes whack, your boyfriend whack.
Your whole life
You
whack.
probably just came back from eating dirty McDonald's or something, so your breath whack.
You smell like dirt.
You smell like dirt.
This is my life story.
You'll never work at Best Buy or something. So I was like, but straight up, like, you're gonna get.
This was our first encounter.
Well-
and I was like, that guy.
It's because there's a notorious person in the scene that was very sexually active for a young age. And prior to her, she was like a nice little Christian girl
So nice.
who because wait, was he your first?
Nah.
No? Okay.
First what? I mean,
First
my
friend.
first handhold, yes.
That Christian side hug.
She just drinks from her. So, but
Every
anyway,
episode just gets better, man.
So, so anyway, I tell her that, and she's just like, "This boy did not just say that."
And so you punched him in the mouth.
she secretly knew. She secretly knew. Damn, that's a possibility.
He could be right.
He could be right. See, so
Well, thank God for
she was
condoms.
mad, but she was like, "I mean, he ain't wrong."
But I was mad that you were a stranger telling me facts.
Yeah. But anyway, so after that night,
I did not get herpes, by the way.
Yes, she did not. We gotta make sure that's clear.
No herpes for me.
Do a little sparkle text over that.
No
herpes.
No herpes.
Anyway, so I messaged Will and I was like, "Hey, what was that girl's last night? I want to say I'm sorry to her because it was like, pretty dickish." So I sent her like I say a long paragraph, but it wasn't really that
It was
long.
like a comment too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I don't even think it was.
I was like, "Hey, I'm sorry, blah 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 about last night. I hope you don't have herpes. Like,
Wait,
I wish I had taken it. I wish I could find the message
because I wasn't drunk or
probably
high.
could.
I didn't
no,
do
because
any
you
of
were
that stuff.
12. I mean, you couldn't be.
I was 16.
Whatever.
So this
But-
is MySpace. Did he like leave that comment on like your profile picture
No,
or something?
it was a private message.
Okay.
It must have been a message.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't on her wall or anything like that.
Hey, sorry about that. Hope you don't have herpes.
Send it to her in the mail.
Yeah, and
Hope
then
you don't have herpes.
and which it was weird. So from there, next time I saw, like, we didn't just like become friends like there.
Obviously, I was like,
It was like so, but next time I saw her in person, then we talked at venues, and then it got more, and then more, and then we didn't really ever hang out until I think you dated Aaron. I think that's when we started like we would actually like
probably.
hang out.
I like how you censor one, but don't censor the other.
Well,
It don't matter now.
Everybody know.
You
Hey,
I'm gonna
You
go
in the
to
married
Google
life.
and type in Aaron. I found him.
I found him.
Enhance Aaron, Alabama.
in the
There
married
he is.
life now. It don't
Got
matter.
him.
He is.
Got him.
Nobody-
Enhance.
Nobody cared now.
Well, that narrows it down because I've only dated a few.
But anyway, so that's like that was like the first time we ever met.
But I think we talked on MySpace a little bit after you apologized because I was like, who's this guy think he is?
And then I
Tell me about
then I
herpes.
went to his profile and he had just the best songs,
Yeah.
man. He
Then
just
I saw his layout and I was like, shit.
I was like, dude, did Zach make that?
I made that.
I've been missing out on friendship this whole time.
Oh my god.
Who was your MySpace song? First one.
It was probably
Was it Thor?
well, okay. Oh, thank you for bringing that back up. So, for example, that guy had his friends, and his friends were the original people that were going to play bass and do vocals for the Hour Reckoning.
Oh.
Yeah, so they were. So when me and Philip started doing a band, they came over. It was Connor, which I'm friends with Connor. So Connor, and then I forgot their other friend's name.
Okay.
That night.
Don't matter.
No, not Connor. It was
Bryant.
Bryant. Yeah.
Oh, Bryant.
Yeah.
What? Bryant
Yeah,
was.
yeah,
What?
Brian was going to do
You
vocals.
were friends with Bryant?
My friend dated him.
Oh man,
Your boyfriend dated him?
No, my friend dated him.
So, but yeah, Brian was trying to do vocals in it,
Whoa,
and
that's crazy.
he couldn't do vocals yet.
I
mean,
forgot
he was-
about him completely.
That's when they were doing like the headbands and the short shorts
Stop.
and the just regular band shirts.
that was me too. I just wasn't in your band.
Dude, your mullet. That was when you had the mullet, dude.
I'm working on it right now.
Are you really trying to get the mullet back?
Shave the sides, bro. Bring it back, man.
Yes.
Billy Ray Cyrus, that thing, bro. You know
Dude, Billy Ray, dude.
Billy Ray it.
Bro, he got them horses in the back.
Dude, horses in the back and the business up front or something.
Business up front, horses.
That should be the name of the episode. Business in the front, horses in the back.
That'll get clicks, honestly. Dude, okay, so you know how I've been like raging about that song for like the last couple of weeks. Like how like I was like, how is this song like number one?
You
How
talking
is
about
it?
the Billy Ray song?
No, you were saying how is it
the
a
original
country?
version.
It's on
The original
country
song.
music charts or something.
Yeah, I was fine with the country music, but like it getting so popular, like how this with no video, it's just a random song about where a guy's like, it seems like he's just making a joke.
That's what I thought it was.
I mean,
That might be.
To an
why it's so
extent, it
popular.
probably was, too.
Well, I saw it on the video almost like how Vine used to do it.
Mhm,
It'd be a 6-second snippet,
and you're like, man,
but
what's
that song would take off. It'd be
and
huge.
the song that we use in the video would be like used for the context of a meme, so it would be for funny.
Right.
But the first time I heard it, I was like, he can't be completely serious. But at the same time, it's like people are grasping onto that song, and so like,
Lay it down.
Nice
shit
job.
over.
No, but I heard the snippet. I heard the snippet of that
yeah.
song in like a funny video,
Yeah,
and it wasn't until like a week later that I actually heard the full song. I'm
Tim-
like, whoa, this is a real song.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. I
Speaking
didn't
of
know
which,
it was a
Tim
real
was
song.
Tim pointed it out to me, and he was like, "You've heard the Horses song, whatever, right?" This was like 2 weeks ago.
You heard
This-
that horse song, right?
Yeah,
The horse.
I had it, and I was like, no, because I don't listen to any new songs. I don't check the charts like Tim does. I'm not keeping up. I don't usually keep up with like. It depends on the artist, I guess. The most like recent music, but I don't keep up with like any new music for real at all. Like unless it's artists I already like. But Tim keeps up with everything new,
So
and so he was like,
Everything.
"Horses song, it's blowing up. I don't get why."
with that, I actually checked the billboards today. So the billboard today, that song
Yeah,
went from
told you.
now that y'all have mocked me.
on the Hot 100, it went from number 15 to number 1 in the world.
Yeah, it's
Old
huge.
Town Road is number 1 song in the entire world
It's huge.
Wow.
Yeah.
on Billboard, and then Billie Eilish album went number 1.
Yeah, I saw that coming.
So
That album's not really that good, though.
I like that album a lot.
Yeah, sure.
I like that album a lot, and I like it better than her last album. And it
I don't know if I
sold
go that far, but-
313,000 copies first week.
What were we talking about?
I love
MySpace
you,
music or something?
Yeah, I guess. I
Yeah.
know. Who cares?
MySpace, your first MySpace song.
We're talking about some herpes.
Oh, mine was the
What's
postal
MySpace? Weed.
service.
I think mine
What
was
was-
a country song. Because when
what
I
was
got
mine?
MySpace, I was dating a country boy.
Country boy.
Because I'm from Chelsea.
God, that was always like the worst part of going to hang out with you is you live in Chelsea,
Were you?
which is like the worst place to drop. It was like you and Taylor were just like, I was like, man,
I was talking about him yesterday, actually.
you what?
I was talking about him yesterday with somebody. I was like,
He's probably
man,
sneezing right now.
Were you
he's
at that
probably lifting
party
weights.
that me and Skylar and Will crashed?
I don't know.
Who
Probably.
was?
I was at a party with those people.
We were at somebody's
At some
graduation party,
Then, yes.
and she lived in like a 5-story home.
Can't remember her name. Starts with M. So
Michelle?
Michelle. Sorry.
So I was
sorry,
with-
Michelle, if
I
I'm
only,
blaming
got, I only
you.
got 2 friends with him.
I was with a friend, and they were like, "Oh yeah, I'm super close with this person." They invited us to come over, and we showed up, and they were like, "Who are you? Like, why are you here? Why are you here?" And then the guy that we were with, he was like, "Yeah, dude, we can like swim in her pool and all this stuff." So we head into the pool, and nobody joins us. Like everybody's like up in her room, like
So you're the
looking
weird
on.
kids?
Yeah, you're the
Yes,
weird-
It's like freaks and geeks.
we
Why are
totally
these
crashed
people at
this
my house swimming
party.
in my pool?
We ate all their food, and then
Hell yeah.
then finally we try to like find them because, like I said, this is like a 4-story home with an elevator.
the what if like the part of the story he forgot to mention it was like November, so they're like swimming in like ice water.
No, it was
Like graduation in
naked.
November.
So anyway, long story short, we finally find them to tell them, "Hey, we're leaving," because then it got really awkward.
Hey, we're uninvited, so we're going to leave.
and we were like, "Oh, thanks for the invite. Happy birthday." And she was like,
Oh.
It's not my birthday." And we're like, "Yeah, what? That's why we're here. Your birthday." She's like, "No, like
Just having some people over at my
graduation
house.
party." And we're like, "Oh, hell!" Like anyway, I thought you were there for that.
I don't think so. I
Definitely
think I would remember the 5-story house with.
Okay, I remember my MySpace song now.
What was it?
It was one of the first early Job for a Cowboy songs. I've been thinking about that this entire story. I'm sorry. What's
Gonna
up?
bother me.
I was like, I knew it. I was like, it was either August Burns Red or it doesn't matter now.
I miss those days.
4-story house with an elevator.
So good. You're all caught up.
Do you have any other stories you'd like to share about me to the guys?
You know how bad my memory is right now?
I know, Grandma.
And all time. Let me think about some times we've had. I don't know.
Back in my day.
What do we do in our friendship besides watch TV?
We watch
videos,
Adventure Time and
Adventure
videos.
Times. You make me watch rap videos that I hate.
Sarah's in there just like...
Yeah, Sarah's like, finally somebody else understands.
This is...
We become friends over our mutual annoyance with you. Best friends.
God.
We're like,
Tim loves to do that.
Because everyone's like, man, why do you hang out with him? And you're like...
I'm like, I don't know.
Save me.
It's because of all the Adventure Time. It's pizza. Linda.
Pizza,
Pizza.
my favorite thing to eat.
Pizza.
Pizza is pretty good. I worked in a pizza place for a little while. Wouldn't recommend it.
Didn't you work at a pizza
I worked there
place?
for like
little while.
a third of my life.
She's not lying.
I'm not lying.
You and Lake both.
I worked at Domino's for 9 years.
Whoa! That is way longer than I thought.
That's a third of her life.
9.
That's where shit.
9 years?
Yeah, it was like 9 years to the day. Like I made sure that my last day was my first day. I was like,
That's impressive.
it was terrible.
Kobe.
You like
I don't
owned a
know
store
how
and
you
stuff?
did that.
Yeah, I was like actual Domino's person.
yeah,
I was the
dog.
Domino's
You
person.
still have your uniform, your hat, and all that stuff? Like framed in your new house?
Yeah, I
She's
just
like-
hang it up because I'm like, this is where I came from.
Started from the
And
bottom.
it still smells like cheese. And
Yeah, so like every time
Oh.
we'd hang out, she would just bring a pizza from work, and we would just eat pizza and watch videos and play a Super Nintendo and stuff like that. That's literally our friendship. Is literally whenever we hung out,
we didn't talk.
we didn't talk. We just watched stuff.
Tim just forced me to watch things, and I was like, friends.
Hey, you should watch
Friendship.
all the way from. Hey, you should watch this Shane Dawson video too. Like, hey, you should.
Watch whatever we just watched and then remove it again.
Yeah, watch some Devil Oof. God,
I'm gonna have to try to get into that.
you're gonna
Change my life. I'm a different person.
You good over there, Hayden? Completely lost interest in the what we're talking about?
No, Gilbert Crockett was that boy, man. I used to like him a lot when I was skateboarding. He's like one of the only dudes. Emily is just like, you right?
I'm like, I know what you're saying. man.
You're totally right.
I know what skateboards are.
I know what skizzy boards are. You beat
I got one from the thrift
on 'em.
store once.
I got one at the thrift store. No, Gilbert Crockett be the only dude in his video just to be put on a video, and all he does is ollie.
Well, Emily, I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Ooh.
How about you tell Zach why you thought he was cute when you were younger?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Because he
This
is.
Zach? Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you meant the other one.
What other Zach is there?
Just kidding.
Oh, got me.
That's that friendship.
No
You
one
get
can
what I'm
say-
saying?
If you watch the video podcast, it was a completely different reaction from my face than my
I
life.
had a different face than I had. I mean, I had a crush on Zach at one point
Dude,
in my
every
life.
girl had a crush on you.
It ended yesterday.
I can name them on two hands. All the girls that had crushes on you,
Shut up.
because they were all my friend.
Yeah, they were all of Tim's friends. Because I'd be like, man, that's Zach. He'd be like, get in line.
I was one of them.
Settle down.
Settle down now.
Still here.
I would only come over to your house to see Zach. I'd be like, is
Two
Zach gonna be there?
bowls.
What is happening right now?
This is all a joke. I've never had a crush on you.
Okay. All right.
I'm just kidding.
Weak.
What's the
Roasted.
You don't even know.
I don't even know.
I'm confused.
Okay, but for
I don't
real,
know what to believe.
I really had a crush on you, and it was sad.
I'm so sorry.
I always talked about you to Tim. I'm just kidding.
That boy.
I think I told Tim like one time that I thought you were attractive, and he was like, "Oh my god, everybody loves Zach." I was like, "Sorry, sorry that your
true,
friend's
though.
cooler than you."
It's not
It's
wrong.
How? I was
wrong.
not cool. I was not the cool.
That's
the-
why you were cool. You were
Yes,
like, I don't even care that I'm cool. And Tim was like, I want to be cool so bad.
Oh my
And I
god.
was like, man,
Rip lights.
jeez,
Zach is very
Every time
cool,
she
and he
knocked
doesn't
that
have to try.
I know, man. That's what it
Oh
is.
damn. I
Wait
had
till
no
wait till
clue.
he has a
But
van across the
I
country.
was dating somebody then, so I had to keep it on the hush hush.
You're like, I want to be in his van.
Yeah,
That's gonna be every
I
girl
was
across
like,
the country.
in
You
10
believe that,
years.
Zach?
When did we first meet? Because
How long we been friends?
I really don't know.
She don't eat meat.
Shut up.
You vegetarian?
When did we first veg?
Whoa.
Well, let me get my
you
notebook
smoking
out.
veg, bro?
Shut up!
Smoking veg?
Smoking
I don't know, how long have
We're
we been
like veg.
friends? Tim, 2000.
I remember coming to your work that one time,
2010, 2009,
and then me and Tim just sat outside like the whole time.
2000. I think we were friends out the womb. Whenever year I was born. So like Right after that, I don't know. Probably the first time I ever went to Linda's house, you were there, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
I did live there. We were roommates.
Because she was like, "Oh, you Tim's girlfriend?" And she was like hugging me. She's like, "Please come back." And then for some reason I did. It was only for Linda's meatloaf.
Linda's loaf.
Dude.
Loaf.
It's
I've
actually
never-
it's
never had
legendary.
It
Never
is
had it,
legendary.
so.
It's life changing.
Now, with that being said, her mom watches the episode every week, and she's excited for this episode.
She's gonna bring us some
She's gonna be
meatloaf.
like,
Hey, Linda,
let
love you.
let me know when Emily's coming over, and she's gonna come over with a big pan with a
Meatloaf I can't eat.
Yeah,
Give it to y'all.
like,
I'll pretend to eat it.
this one has vegetables in it. Like she just puts it's still meatloaf, but she puts vegetables in it.
It's healthy.
It's healthier.
It's got veggies.
It's vegan ketchup.
It's got ketchup on top.
It's
More
vegan meat.
veggies.
It's a Beyond Loaf. That would be kind of sick. That's a lot of
Vegan
ugh.
vegetarian
That would be
meatloaf is
very
good.
expensive. That would
Yeah.
be stupid expensive.
No, man, they make vegetarian meatloaf. It's good.
Well, hook us up.
Do they still call it meatloaf though?
No, my sister comes up with good nicknames. Like she calls fake chicken ficken, and like
Wow.
and like fief.
Beef.
Yeah,
Fake
like
So she
fake
puts an
beef.
F in front of the word.
Basically, because she's a genius.
Wow.
I
What is that? Why the F? What's that?
Fake.
It's the fake part.
Oh,
Fake.
fake. I'm thinking vegetarian.
See, it wasn't so hard to draw, I guess.
Sorry.
Gotcha.
I love how southern you're trying to sound.
I'm really not trying, but I realized earlier when I do voices,
Like, dang,
it becomes country, and I'm like, it's mad.
She was crying when we did Boomhauer. She thought that was the funniest part of the video.
She's gone.
Besides the small
country.
host part, that was.
Can you do any impressions? Impressions?
Impressions?
Impressions?
In
No.
prison?
Whoa, that
Besides-
got dark.
Besides myself, I don't know.
I don't know.
We don't want
I
to hear
don't
that.
even know.
I can't do any impressions either.
Shoot
don't
dang,
worry.
dog. I don't
I
even
don't
know.
have any talents.
Well, we'll stop this sad part of the podcast. And
Oh, good.
do y'all want to hear about my day?
No, I think you said we were ending
Nope.
this out.
End of podcast. See ya. We hate Tim. Kiss Tim. Tell us about your day. We know it's been eventful. You freaking
And no one really knows about it, which is exciting for me.
I pulled up to the house last night, and as I pulled up, about to go inside from my day at work, Tim was leaving to drive to Nashville. So I hugged him, and I was like, "Tim, don't die. See you later."
Why?
Yeah.
Okay, so
What'd you do? Man?
I had a meeting this morning at 9 a.m. So I reached out to my friend John, which you remember John and Will and Autumn. They came down to watch me perform one day. So I messaged John. He wasn't available to stay at his house. My friend Will just moved to New York, so I couldn't stay in his house. But I was like, "Hey, do you have any friends down there?" And he goes, "Yeah, I have my friend Alicia. Let me message her." Alicia was like, "Yeah, you can come sleep on my couch in my basement. That's cool."
Sick.
And so I drive down there last night. As soon as I get off work, I come home, pack some stuff, hang out with Sarah for like 30 minutes, and then I leave. Drive all the way down there, all the way to Dixon, Tennessee. Nice name. And
Did you stay on 69th Street?
65. And
Close. Close enough.
on 420 Ave. Right, anyway.
Stupidest episode, and I can't wait to listen to it. 'Cause we're all idiots.
But anyway, so I drive down there. It takes about three to 3.5 hours to get there. I get to her house. I come in there. She has a cat named Egg Roll. Nice,
Oh my
gosh.
nice little girl.
I love animals that are named after food.
I do too.
Like Mochi. So, anyway, she doesn't really hang out with me at all. She's just there, and then she goes upstairs and goes to bed because it's like 10:30 when I get there.
Okay. Yeah.
So I edited an interview that I did for Trey One Youngins, and then I go to bed. Wake up this morning, drive.
Hit puberty when I woke up.
I hit puberty. I hit 26. So
It hit hard.
I drive there, and it's in Nashville. Okay, so Nashville is a very popular city. It's a really rich part of the city. There's not a lot of places to park. There's
Nashville. I never heard of it. Big place.
Nashville,
Tennessee.
I really like the way you were like, it's Nashville.
I thought you meant Nashville, Montana.
That's
Okay.
what I thought.
Wow.
Well, this story sucks now.
Yeah. But anyway, I go to Nashville for a meeting for work, and I get there, and there's no parking place. They booked us a hotel or they booked it at a hotel, but they didn't pay for our parking. They didn't pay for any area or anything like that.
Okay, maybe you mentioned this already and I missed it. Is this a work trip?
Yes.
Okay.
So I went for a work trip.
Apple Master meeting.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
okay.
I go there and they don't have any parking. You can't park in a Marriott. You can't park outside because it's only 2-hour parking. Meetings 5 hours. In any of the other places, you can only park there for 15 minutes. So I'm like, where do I park? Like, there's no way to park. So anyway, I drive around like 2 or 3 times, and I see this parking lot just like right over, like when you go up a little bit. I had to walk like maybe a block. I park in it. There's no signs that say you can't park here. There's no towing. I didn't see. There's no signs at all anywhere there. So I parked there, and then I walk back, and then as I'm parking there and I'm getting out and walking back, some other cars pull in there too. Other people that work where I work, they get out too. We go into the meeting. Cool. Meeting was awesome. Blah, 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 blah. That's not what you're here for. So, make sure the cameras are going. Okay. So, just making sure before I get deep into this.
Okay.
So this is how bad my day started or ended right here. Before we did a Mochi podcast. So this literally happened 6 hours before we did this episode. Ooh. So it's fresh on my mind.
Fresh.
So I come out of the meeting. I walk up around the block, and I go up there, and the parking spot's empty that I parked in.
My car's missing.
So my car was missing. It wasn't invisible. That I know Hayden was thinking. He was like, "Yeah, it's invisible."
Invisible boatmobile.
Yeah, the boatmobile.
Right.
With Clam Boy and Barnacle Man.
Clam Boy.
Sausage Face and the
Dirty Bubble.
Cheeseburger and Fridge Man.
Cheeseburger and Fridge Man.
Yeah.
Cheese Boy.
And the Crunch, the Magic Crunch.
Y'all better put them up.
You said the Crunch.
The Magic Crotch.
Magic Crunch. Yeah.
Crotch rocket.
Cronk.
Talking to the Magic Crunch.
Chronic.
No.
Ask the Crunch.
Chronic.
Enhance. Anyway. What a weird episode.
So you show back up, and now your Honda Civic is now the invisible
evaporated
boatmobile.
like Thanos. Just boom, boy's gone.
So what are you thinking? Like,
so I'm like, wow, they towed my car. That's literally a thing. I'm like, oh, they towed my car.
you didn't think it was stolen or anything
No,
like
they
that?
towed it. I was like, I knew it was towed. But the thing that made me mad is, like, I was walking with the other Apple people, and I walked up, and I got to them, and I was talking to them, and I was like, my car's gone. And they're like, what? I was like, yep, looks like they towed my car. And they're like, man, that sucks. Well, bye. They get in their cars. Their cars are still there. I'm like, why? Why did they pick my car out of all of theirs? Just because I parked there
You're in a
first?
special spot.
Yeah, they got in their cars and just drove. I'm like, well, f*** me. I guess I'm the unlucky person. But luckily, I'm not a very stressed person when it comes to stuff. I was like,
remain calm.
Well, I'm walking home.
they took my car. I guess I gotta go pay to get back. So
I guess I gotta walk home.
So this is where my journey across America.
Yeah, because
It would take me 4 days to get home, probably, if I walked.
think it would take you way longer than that.
I know.
With a
brisk walk, you could
Probably
be
about
here.
17 days.
Power walk.
It's only going to take me 4 days.
Yeah.
Of non-stop walking. You
Yeah.
gotta think about it. That's
All right, it would take me 2 days and 17 hours.
2 days. Okay.
That's it.
Okay. Yeah.
of non-stop walking.
Yeah, I mean, you
Isn't
have
the
to
internet
not stop.
crazy?
So you said there's no signs or anything. How do you know who to call?
That's what I was going to
Exactly. So this is where
They just leave you a ticket in your
this
in
is
your-
where
in
the
slot.
spot.
Here you go.
this
Call
is
the
where I
silver.
get mad.
There's a map.
So this entire story, I never lose my composure. I'm in my uniform, and my change of clothes is in my car.
I'm the Best Buy guy.
I'm in my. I'm trying not to save my company at all in this.
Oh, sorry.
But like I'm in my clothes, so like I have to. I'm an image for my company, so I can't be. Yeah, I can't. I can't do that. I have to.
You remained a lot calmer than I would. I would have
Been crying.
No.
I would have punched a hole in the wall. I'd have been screaming. I'd have been like, I'm gonna kill them when I see them.
So those people just leave you there in the parking lot?
Yeah.
Do you know them, like, personally?
No, they're from Tennessee too,
Okay.
which made it even worse. So, and they're like, me, you,
Stupid Alabama guy.
take that 1%. Anyway,
So
you're the one who dragged it on. Anyway, so I walk into their business and I was like, hey,
whoa, stop. How do you find out who towed your car?
I walk into the business.
That you parked at?
Yes,
Okay, got
because
that.
they're going to call it.
Oh, I thought you were just in like a random
I thought
parking
you were
lot.
in a parking lot, too.
I parked in front of a business.
Oh, okay.
Because
sorry.
there's only, sorry.
Missed that part.
I
Anyway,
also missed that part.
So I walk into this business. It's a law firm, and which obviously is booming in the middle of downtown at 2:00. And I don't know why my voice came like that, but anyway, booming. Like
so stupid.
And
we walk in there, and I was like, "Hey, I parked in here, and my car got towed. Do y'all know what the company is that y'all called to get my
To
car
tow
towed?"
my car?
Yeah, like just calmly. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Who'd
like
you call?
it happened already. I can't even mad about it. And they're like, the receptionist. She's like, I didn't actually call it. It would be our boss Mary. And I was like, well, can y'all get in contact with Mary? And she's like, well, she just went on lunch. And then the other girl in the back, whose name is Abby. She would be a very important part of this story. So remember her name.
let me write that down.
My sister's name.
Just doing it to the mic.
This is Abby.
Oh God.
Sketch that up real quick.
Something Lake Drew, I'm pretty sure.
Yes. And so Abby comes in and she goes, yeah, I have the boss's number. Find out that Mary and her boss, they're married and they own the law firm. And they, so yeah, I know.
Stop, because I'm thinking that Abby and the boss is married to the same man.
No, Abby's a secretary. I said that. You just didn't listen.
You said Abby and Mary are married.
Mary's the person that called it. And then Abby was a secretary for Mary and this guy. Anyway.
Did she have lambs?
No, they were
Little ones.
small host lambs. Anyway.
So she calls.
You're doing this. I'm not doing it. I know. And anyway, she calls.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna.
I'm listening.
That's a sunflower
I
seed.
whisper and you can't actually hear me whisper.
From
But I whispered.
Harry.
to you.
Harry brought sunflower seeds.
Sorry.
I said, what is this? But I was.
This is back during last week.
Well, I'm going to eat on it right now. I'm hungry.
Yes.
You can be like Kika. He just. Oh, you haven't done the episode yet?
Yes, I did.
He just eats. He just eats them. He eats the seeds and everything and the anyway. The story, Abby.
I feel like this whole podcast has been this story. We haven't
God!
gone through it.
All right, so I reset the camera so we can do this. Anyway.
Okay, so
Abby, she calls the guy and he doesn't answer. And they just went on lunch like 30 minutes ago. So she's like, you just have to wait until they get back from lunch because they're not answering my call. So I was like, that's fine. Is it okay?
What am I going to do?
Is it okay if I wait in the lobby? And she's like, yeah, that's fine. So I get on my messenger and I text Charles, and we're not going to go into details of what Charles and me talked about. But anyway, he just told me to pretty much let him know how things go.
right.
And so it's 1:10. I get to my car at 1:10, and then I go in there and talk to them, and they don't get back until 2:05. Okay, Birmingham, and
So you're just sitting in the lobby, just I guess on your
Annoying
phone or
this girl,
something.
like staring at her.
Burning a
yeah.
hole
So
through the
anyway,
wall.
You've done it.
so the guy of this establishment is a dick. Okay, he doesn't care about customers. He's more of
This is the car guy or the law guy.
this is the law guy. And he just doesn't really care about like people.
Well,
He's
you're not a customer. You parked illegally in his parking lot.
So this is the
Did you
first.
pay
This
for
is the
that?
first interaction with him. So he walks into the door. He comes into the main lobby, goes to the first door. Then Abby comes out of the door, and he walks towards me, and he goes, "Hey, is that your red car right there, parked in front of the store?" I was like, "No, you towed mine already." Like, you towed mine already. I've been waiting for y'all to get back from lunch so I can get the company that you called so that I can go get my car. And he goes, yeah, you'll have to probably call the police department and figure that out. I'm like, what?
Yeah, what?
I just waited this long.
I didn't say that out loud. It was in my head. I was like, what did...
Dude, I would have thrown fists.
I seriously would have.
At that comment, I would have thrown fists.
I was like, "What are you talking about?"
In the law firm.
And so I go. So this is him, and I go, "Hey Mary, I heard you're the one who called. Do you remember what the name of the company was?" And she goes, I think it's Martin's Wrecking Company. I was like, thank you very much. So I go outside. It was Martin's Wrecking Company. Thank you.
Okay, good.
I'll call them, and they're like, yes, we have it. Awesome. Hang up. Put in my GPS to see where it is, and it's 17 minutes away. 2 hours and 9 minute walk. Okay. So I'm like, okay, well I'm gonna start walking while I download Uber.
Uber, yeah, buddy. Oh God.
So I start downloading Uber, and I download Uber, and I put in my phone number. I've had Uber before, and then it goes, here's your phone number. We're gonna send you a text. Never sends me a text. And I'm like, try to do it again. Doesn't send me a text again. Send me a damn email then, Uber. Sends me an email. Finally get the email. Go to it. Reset my password because I don't remember what my password is because it's been since last year. I reset my password. Put my password in again. And then it says, hey, we got to make sure you're not a robot. Here's where it begins. This is where I start to slowly start becoming stressed. Okay. I was cool until the Uber app. The Uber app is what really did this to me. Like
whittling you down, dude. I would have been mad as soon as my car got to.
Yeah.
So next time it's on site Uber. It's on site.
It's on site. People at law firm,
but not Lyft. Shout out Lyft and Hunter. Okay, and anyway, he's at shit. Fuck. Okay, anyway.
Somebody at Lyft is named Hunter, and we were calling you out.
Still shout out to Hunter though.
Yeah, love
rule.
you, dude. So anyway, Uber. I'm downloading the app, and it gets to security questions. It's like, pick the stoplights. Okay. Pick the bicycles. Okay. Pick the buses. Okay. Pick the buses. Okay.
It keeps going.
Pick the buses.
It keeps going, doesn't it?
Okay. Pick the buses. Okay.
No, dude.
And it just never goes. And I'm like,
so
what? And I'm like, okay, I'm not a robot. Come on, Uber.
Dude, that's happened to me. It does that on mobile for whatever reason. I've had that happen to me before on like actual like laptop or desktop. Does not do that. It's stupid.
Anyway, I close it out, try it again, same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've already walked like 4 blocks. Mm-hmm. So I'm just walking, and it's about 2:15. So it's 2:15. I walked like 10 minutes already, and I'm just walking on the middle of the like freeway, just walking, and on the top is like some businesses, and it's a hill with a bunch of rocks, and I see and I'm actually literally walking with my thumb out. Like at this point, I'm like,
you only got 7 minutes to go. Why not just walk the rest?
What?
Didn't you say it was 17
2 hour walk?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
It was a 17-minute drive. That's
miles?
Right. No, I think it was a 17-minute
drive.
2 hour walk. Yeah. That's right.
So I'm like putting my thumb out and stuff, and I'm trying to get Uber, and I get so frustrated with Uber, and then I hear a hey, and I look over, and Abby's right there. Abby she went to go get lunch, and she noticed me. She noticed me, and she got lunch literally right up the hill, and she goes, do you want me to give you a ride? And I was like, yes.
You're like covered in sweat, crying.
Please.
Yes, that'd be so nice.
Did you bring me some food?
I was like,
you get in the
yes.
car and you're like, surprise, I'm a prostitute.
So I throw my drink over and hop this wall of brick, and I get in her car.
I wish you had videoed that.
No.
Hopping.
So I get in her car, and actually have like a really good conversation with her, like through it and stuff like that. And I told her, I was like, man, I can't wait to get home and get on my podcast tonight about this. And she was telling me about the job. So this is the car ride now with Abby. I'm going to talk about what we talked about in the car, but as we drive this. So she was 100% going to be late getting back to work because it was 17-minute drive, and I don't think she gets an hour lunch. I think she'd probably get a 30-minute lunch. So she's there, and she's talking about, she goes, I was like, thank you for like driving me and everything. She goes, no, you were like really nice the entire time that this like thing has been happening, so I didn't mind helping you out. And I was like, I was like, thank you so much. Also, your boss is like a dick. And she goes, I hate him.
What if it was like, that's my dad?
I don't.
If you were honest,
She just stops.
Get out. Get out.
God, that would have been a change of events.
That would have been great.
That would have been where Zach's comes in. That's my husband.
No, she would have.
And my boss's also husband.
I cheat on my. He cheats on me.
We're a cheating.
This isn't the days of our lives. Get on with the story. Anyway,
Cheetle law.
He's
Anyway.
like, yeah, I don't like him either. So
Yeah, she goes, I don't like him. I don't like him either. I've only been working there for 2 months, and like it's miserable. Like we don't get benefits, and we all have college degrees. And I was like, what do you have a degree in? She's like, I have a degree in psychology. I was like, why are you working at a law firm? And she's like,
a degree in psychology.
we'll be right back.
we got to kill her.
I can't say how many people at Domino's had those degrees.
Oh, anyway, still though, like, but the thing is, she goes, I have a degree in psychology. She goes, I actually really like selling and stuff like that. And I was like,
well, hey, you should come to Best Buy.
well, she told me how much she made, and I was like, I make more than you. I told her, like, I make more money than you do, and I have full benefits and blah, blah, blah.
That blows my mind that she works at a law firm that doesn't offer benefits.
How old is this? Is she like our age?
She was, I didn't ask her age because
right.
you never do that.
Assumingly, you know.
Can I see your driver's license?
Hey, how much you weigh? Like, yeah. No,
Did you ask her if she was pregnant too?
Yeah. Is she like kind of our age group? She's like an older woman.
No, she was like.
Is she my age?
No, she's not fruitful. She's like 30. I think she was 30, 31.
That's all I needed.
Yeah, she was definitely older than me. I can tell she was older than me.
Yeah,
and she was just driving me saying that she's like, I was into business. I've actually been looking for other jobs because one, the guy, he treats us terrible. He doesn't let us speak. He doesn't do anything. And then today, like, I just kind of had enough of it. Like, when I was just seeing how like he even treated you, I'm like, dude, this person is random, and you called them to take his car away, and he's being like so nice, and you're just telling him to call the police. Like, like. It's like
yeah, dude's a dick.
Yeah. So
we're coming for you.
Anyway, we're going Yelp. Here we come.
Yeah,
I saw that on like Twitter or something. You were
I jokingly said, well, I'm going to write a Yelp review about you.
If you actually check Yelp reviews and you see the people who leave those things, it's like, man, these people have all the time in the world, and they are just have no lives, and they're
mad.
60 years old too, so you'll see my Yelp review of why my pizza was cold.
That's a pizza experience. That's some deep hatred.
Yelp reviews are also, it's either 5 stars, 4 stars, or 1 star.
Yeah.
It's never 2 or 3 stars. It's 1 or 5.
I had an okay time.
Domino's pizza was super crisp.
Because
cheesy.
people who had an okay time are not going to take the time to write about it.
Because what do you even
Yeah,
write?
Very true.
Yeah.
So they should take.
So
getting off
talking
topic
with Abby. She hates her life.
She hates her life, and she's trying to find a new job. And I was like, "You do that." And then I was giving her directions. We finally get there, and I go, "Abby, thank you again for like helping me and driving me here." And she goes, "No problem. Good luck getting home and everything." And she goes, "I hope it's not too expensive." I was like, "Me too." So I get up to the car. I get up to the guy, and I walk in, still in Best Buy uniform. And I walk in and I was like, "Hey, I'm the one that called about the Honda Civic." And he goes, "Oh yeah." And I was like, "Do you take? Is it cash only or is it card or something?" Luckily, I had cash on me, but cash only or card. And he goes, "Card would be better. I don't have change or anything like that." So I was like, "Cool." So, and he was actually really nice to me because I was being really nice to him. And he even said, "Thank you for like being like nice," because most people are like in a sour mood. Yeah. And I was like, well, it's your job. I mean, I'm not going to be mad because someone called you because someone wasn't supposed to be on our property and you took my car. Like, right. I mean, that's technically I'm in the wrong, I guess. But anyway, they gave him the money. It was like $200, by the way.
Yeah, I've had.
It was $198.70.
That's what I was thinking too. Yeah,
because I've been told it's only been like $80.
That's what I was gonna say. $85 is what I paid.
Nashville.
And they had to drive, and so it was 22 minutes from the law firm. So they had to drive 22 minutes, but they had to drive through Nashville traffic to get to their business.
You don't have to explain it to me. I'm just saying.
I mean, that's.
You don't believe
I saw that. I had
no. This is why.
No, I saw the thing, and it was like labor was like $20.
Yeah.
And then it was $140 and plus taxes. Like it was
I
bad.
had to get a car towed from downtown to Moody or Leeds one time, and it was about that much. So yeah, I understand. That's what I was thinking. I was like, man, he's also in Nashville. Had to go a little ways away. It's not going to be cheap.
But we'll write it off as a Mochi expense because this was a good story. So
put it on a Mochi tab. We'll get back to it.
Yeah,
Give it to Mochi. Just here you go.
Episode 140 when
you get paid out
when Anchor finally comes back.
Oh, Anchor's back. We got to redo their script.
Do they have a new script?
Yeah, they came back like 2 weeks ago, but I haven't been on. So.
Oh. Do we need to do this episode?
Yeah, we'll get to it.
Okay.
Anyway.
No rush.
But anyway, I get in my car and I head back home. And then here we are, the Mochi Podcast. Yeah. But yeah. So hopefully
You need to go on that review and do Abby a good review. And then leave the other people a terrible review.
And just say,
hire Abby. Fire everybody else.
Right, yeah.
Give Abby a raise, but fire yourself.
They'd probably fire her for being too nice.
I mean,
you need to keep
that's
up.
The only thing is like I hope her doing something that's like good karma with like I hope that benefits her honestly for like doing.
What if
that.
she quit her job right when she got back?
I hope she did because she sounded like literally if I hated my job like to the point of that where she's like, I have other interviews coming, you ain't paying me a lot, like if I hated my job enough and I could actually do it, I would quit because it sounded like she had like it in mind, like she was like I'm ready to quit anytime. I'm waiting for the other job interviews to come up before I was
gonna say she's there's definitely tons of jobs out there for us if she has that degree and everything. So So shouts out to Abby. Hopefully everything goes well with finding a new job. Mochi Podcast behind you and everything. So
yeah.
Sorry you were stuck in the car with Tim for an extended period of time.
17 minutes.
Yeah, she's just.
What if Tim was like, "Yo, have you heard that Horses in the Back song?" You start playing it.
Cord.
Yo, you got
an aux cord?
Yeah.
He's like, "Yo, this Billie Eilish album."
Have you seen this YouTube video?
It's me. I'm in it.
What do you think about
podcast?
What do you think about weed?
What do you think about cats?
I think about cats. I like cats.
Here's my podcast.
That blows.
Here's my podcast, bro.
I hate that dude.
I'm glad you mentioned the podcast. Actually, at my interview today, I mentioned the podcast. They were like, "Tell us about yourself, Hayden. What do you like to do?" And I was like, last fall, my friends proposed we do a podcast, and I was like, we don't have a subject about the podcast. We don't really talk anything in specific. We just shoot the breeze and blah blah blah. And other than that, I like to watch anime, play video games. I'm a real nerd. Give me a job. What do you have by the way?
The best gift ever.
I was crying. Did you hear me laughing up here? I was dying. I was laughing
earlier.
Dude, that's a good sell. You got it 99 cents off.
Oh man, you have no clue what I'm about to show you.
Oh god.
And it is the.
And I didn't know it was in here because the sticker.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna get a beer. Do you want another one?
Yes.
Okay, bring them one, and we'll just wait a second.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll wait
because this is the podcast.
Okay. All right.
This is the podcast, and I made it.
Back to this. So this is something that she didn't buy me this. She bought this for herself because she's selfish.
I love gifting.
Okay,
myself.
Emily bought this from TJ Maxx it's called Disney. So inside of it, there's nothing. By the way,
yeah, there's nothing.
It's clear. It's exactly clear. Okay.
Wait. Did you buy it like this?
No. There's other things I took out of it that I bought for myself.
So in this Disney in this Disney pack, there is Mickey Mouse, Minnie, Alice, Stitch, Mike Wazowski, Sully, Woody, Buzz Lightyear, and Mr. Incredible. Okay. But there's also another person in there, and this is why this is why she brought it to me.
It's actually a dildo.
I can't believe this is what's in this pack.
I feel like you killed it because it's really not that good, y'all.
Sorry. It is incredible. It is incredible. It is the best Disney character I've ever seen in my life.
I hope I jump out the window.
Ready?
Are you ready?
Are you ready? Here it is.
The big reveal.
Look,
Make sure
Hayden,
you lift it over the sticker.
Are you ready? Kermit the Frog. I'm not kidding. It has Kermit the Frog as a Disney character on the back of this box.
What?
It's literally all Disney except for Kermit.
Is Kermit Disney?
No, he's a puppet.
He's an imposter.
No, he's a Muppet.
What I'm wondering
Is Muppet owned by Disney?
Like, I'm wondering if Mike Wazowski was actually that
Dude,
character.
he is
and it,
like
morphed
stanced
into
up,
Kermit.
bro.
It's like,
Check him out.
your favorite Disney characters, Mickey Mouse, Donald, Minnie, Kermit, Stitch.
Kermit.
So I'm gonna go
there.
I don't know. Is this like a Chinese
I popped it out the
import?
back. I had to like shove it to the back.
There's no way. There's no Chinese on it.
I don't know. From the looks of this, I thought this was like a Full Metal Alchemist like looking thing, like something.
Dude,
Hey, but $3.99 marked down to $3. What a steal!
I just can't believe that Kermit's in there. Like there's
it's pretty high quality. It's like it's not light.
Yeah, they're heavy.
Imagine me. Here, let me take a photo of it. So like imagine me just like she just brings this to me.
And he looks
And
at
I
it,
open
it's
it
empty.
up. And I was like, "Why'd you save this?" And she's like,
I saved you this
There's
trash.
saving one, and he's the biggest one too.
Yeah.
He's the whole
They
bottom
were all
of
like
this.
really small.
Kermit's the biggest figure in this box.
He's like on a surfboard.
him
man.
and Sully are just huge.
Surfing
They're all on
Kerm.
surfboards.
Surfing Kerm.
I got them on my desk.
God, dude, I thought it was the funniest thing. I was so
I almost threw it away, and then I was like, "Why would I throw this away when I could give it to Tim?"
I showed
Who loves
Sarah,
Kermit.
man, and I was crying. I was dying of
My
laughter.
picture's ruined.
It's like metal.
Yeah, dude, they're
Is
heavy.
it really?
They're
Yeah,
hardcore.
let's.
Yeah.
Shh.
Holy shit! I didn't.
It's
even
real
realize-
gold.
Oh my god!
real green gold.
Green gold.
Weed.
Yeah, it's
Shout out to Weed. The Weed man.
Oh my god!
Hey,
I just choked it.
I'll take an eighth of Kermit.
Swimming in the weed.
I want that real Kermit. I want that
Dude,
big
I just love that he's like so stanced up.
He really
bro.
is just like what
He
up?
needs to be on the table every week from now on. We
down.
got Kermit.
We love
up there.
Kermit.
Yo, when Kiku came in the room, he was like, "Bro, I was looking around y'all's room, and I was like, I got some really cool stuff in this
Except
room."
for that.
Maybe
And
Kermit
then I
is
You got like Kermit the Overlord up
It's
here.
Disney. It's got Disney.
And then I
on
look in the
bottom.
corner, and it's like Kermit with like all the shadows
All the
over it. And he's like,
lights. What's going on?
so. Yeah. That was. I remember the night I put Kermit up, and me and Tim was like,
It's literally like watching Neon Genesis.
so scary. Yeah, that's awesome. That's such a.
Greg will love
Such a
that
good
if he gets
steal.
to see that. He'll love seeing Kermit.
So, do you
up
have
there.
a Kermit snow globe? Do you only collect like Disney themed snow globes?
So where's the Kermit?
I have,
Kermit's
like-
not one of them.
So
Didn't make the
Miss
cut.
Piggy's not one of your favorite Disney princesses?
She show is.
Are you telling me?
I
that
look
you
just
don't
like her.
She's a poser. Poser. Poser.
Poser.
You don't really like me.
That's a new meme right there. Is that Pepe the Frog?
Oh no. Ain't doing that.
Pepper the Frog.
Pepe the Frog.
Surfboard.
Yeah, I have some snow globes that people have gifted me that are not Disney that I put on my shelf just because.
I have.
Because you're nice.
Because
and
I
you did-
love
you did-
those people.
You didn't throw them
and I
away.
love presents. Yeah. People give me other Disney stuff that I put on the shelf because I
Have you ever?
don't know.
Well,
what to do with
I
it.
imagine you have. You ever accidentally broke a snow globe and you felt the liquid inside of it, and it's really weird liquid. It's not, of course, it's
It's
not
like-
water. It's
like
like syrup.
goopy.
It's
Like
like
a
syrup.
slime.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I broke a snow globe putting it on the shelf. I knocked Mickey's head clear off. I had just bought it. It was like it's like
You'll
this
pay
big.
for this.
And
Speaking
it
of,
was, it was like the
you'll pay
Fantasia
for-
Mickey, and I stuck him on the shelf, and it knocked his head clean off.
dang.
But super glue.
So are those? I guess they're not seasonal. Like you only shake them like during Christmas, or do you walk by
Shake
like?
them. They're like heavy.
Oh.
I'm scared. They're all like this.
What's
big.
good to snow globe if you don't shake it?
They're musicals. They play Disney music. So
Oh, they
I
get the
twist
little
them
Do you
all
ever
over.
turn?
twist those?
So,
Like,
Yeah.
so Zach,
Okay.
so this is what Emily is. So you know how your favorite movie in the world is Joe Dirt, okay?
What? Okay, yeah.
And-
for the sake of this conversation,
Yeah.
it
So
is.
you love Joe Dirt, like
Yeah.
to every scene. All right. And so she is the clown lady, pretty much with her snow globes.
Oh,
Whoa.
clown lady.
So you have like a whole like double wide just decked out with snow
I'm trying to
globes.
find a picture. I thought I had.
I've only
one,
seen
but-
Joe
Her
Dirt.
and Matt, man,
I've only
they
seen
bought-
Joe Dirt once.
Wait, does Matt collect?
Matt buys them as the I'm sorry gifts, so it works out for me. That's basically filled my whole shelf.
Ooh,
That's a lot of.
I've only seen Joe Dirt once.
Put
and
Matt
I-
on
and I-
blast.
And I remember
He ain't gonna
the
listen.
clown lady, and I was like,
Dude, Matt's bad. Whoa, those are
He said he
badass.
would listen.
He says he's gonna listen. He's gonna fall
He
asleep.
loves you, so
I know he does. I love you too, Matt.
sometimes I'm worried.
Why?
He talks about you all the time. It's creepy.
Which is okay. So first of all, as being your
Wait, this is clearly not a snow globe.
This is
on the snow
fake.
globe shelf.
Oh yeah. Well, this is our cake. There's a.
So,
all right, you got to send that.
Yeah, send it to the podcast or send it to
She's
me.
not in the group chat, so text Tim. That.
Oh, sorry. Let me
So-
just text him.
But anyway, like, so we've been friends for over a decade now, and like,
Don't tell my age. I'm old. It ain't no secret.
Well, we're almost a decade now. So
you got Goofy in your head.
You ain't got
there.
nothing on us.
I got Goofy.
Were we friends before
Sorry.
you and Zach were friends? I don't think
Yes.
so.
Yes.
Yeah, y'all.
Yeah, we've been friends before. Me and Zach have been friends.
Bitch. I'm much better than you.
Take that, nerd. I sound like Sonic.
It came out of my
God,
throat.
I wish Sonic would say cuss words. I was thinking about cartoon characters that.
Fuck you, Tails.
Yeah, seriously, I was thinking about cartoon characters that should cuss, and I was like, out of all the cartoon characters I really want to cuss, Double D from Ed, Ed, and Eddie. He has it in him.
Yeah.
He has it in him for Double D to be like, damn it, Ed, or God damn it, Eddie, or something. He would just say that, and I was just like, I want him to say it so bad.
Can I just say how great that show was?
Yeah,
It's
Ed,
so weird.
Ed, and Eddie
It
is a
so weird to watch
fantastic
it now
show.
as an adult.
Sorry, I'm not off the snow globes yet. I really want to talk about. When did you start collecting snow globes?
I would say my first snow globe I got from the thrift store in Alabaster for $14, and it was like this big, and I was like, and then it didn't really become a collection. And then somebody gave me one, or gave me two, because my friend Melissa, her grandmother had a house in the Funiac.
Wow, that's
That is not a word.
It's not a word. It's not a place.
Shut up, isn't it?
It's Disney World. Okay,
No.
next.
The Funiac.
The Funiac Springs.
I live in the Funiac.
It's
Disney.
real.
Where do you live?
It's
I
a
live
real
in
place.
Anyways.
She had a whole Disney, a whole Disney room, and it puts mine to shame. To shame. So she gave me two of them when she moved, and then I was like,
Everybody knows once you get two,
"Hey,
you
I
just
got
gotta
a
keep
problem."
going.
No, I had three at that point. I was
Woo!
like, "What am I gonna do?"
I need a
And I
shelf.
went to another thrift store, and I
Amen.
found a Western Mickey snow globe.
Do you have a
Western
cowboy hat
It
on?
has guns, and then they light up.
I
And
will-
when you
say-
twist it, he rides like this.
You'll
and
pay
they
for
shake.
this.
He shakes on his horse and does this when they light up.
And he's got
Yeah,
the horses in
please
the
say
back.
It's badass.
Do you have the
got
best
the
Mickey?
Goofy
Do you have
in the back.
Steamboat Willie?
No, I've been looking for one.
That would
They
be
make a
awesome. I
lot.
love Steamboat Willie.
But I have so many Mickey ones that I'm trying to only get ones that.
toned down.
But it's
Like,
it's strictly Disney.
Yeah, mostly.
Those are the only ones that matter.
I've got.
Well, that's awesome because my cousin he collects nutcrackers.
It makes me feel not so weird about collecting.
Similarities
I
or
don't like
something.
those guys.
It makes me feel not so weird about
collecting.
collecting anime things when I hear people collect stuff like nutcrackers.
I collect
Snow
Yeah.
globes is cooler than
Right.
nutcrackers.
It's also very much more expensive.
I collected DVDs and
Same.
now I'm selling them all.
I collect
What?
depression.
Yeah,
You selling all your DVDs?
You ain't
Yeah,
getting
no.
much for them.
$2 a pop. Anything you want.
eBay lot.
Take
Yeah,
your
dude.
pick.
eBay lot. That's I started posting on eBay
Just get
today.
one of those tubs from Walmart.
Speaking of
throw 'em all in there.
speaking of DVDs,
$5.
can we watch Perfect Blue this weekend, please?
Please.
Please.
Yes, we can.
You can watch it with us too, Emily.
yeah.
You do know what
Is it
Perfect
an
Blue
anime?
She knows exactly what it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
I already knew it was an anime, so hell yeah.
But
I
it's
love anime.
one of my favorite movies. I saw it in theaters.
I ain't got work. I'll put
I
my.
don't have work anymore on the weekends.
I'll put Matt to bed and I'll come over.
Wait, do you
30
still
minutes before I put myself
do you
to bed.
still live in Chelsea?
Hell no.
She lives in
I'm a grown
Calera
adult.
now,
I
which
live
is
in Calera.
worse.
No, Calera's awesome. I love Calera. Seriously.
Where's Calera?
It's far.
Is
They
You
got-
probably
that's
pass on the way to the
Alabaster.
beach.
They got
Oh
McDonald's.
yeah, okay.
It's where the airport is.
They got McDonald's.
Yeah,
we
the
do.
Pell City Airport.
That's good enough
No,
for
the
me.
Shelby County
That same thing.
airport. Is it?
Yeah.
Sure. Then yeah, it's the
It's
same
not
thing.
too far.
There's a beach.
Yeah, it's only like 45 minutes from here.
Yeah, it's not bad.
That ain't bad.
Is it
I'm
there's
worth
traffic?
Yeah, well, that's always happening.
Yeah.
That's why when I was leaving work, I heard that there were 2 wrecks on 65 South, and I was like, I'm so glad I'm not going home
Thank
today.
God there's a podcast tonight.
Yeah.
Do you still work at the
Clinic?
The
Domino's?
The veterinarian.
Yeah, no, I
thing.
don't.
I like the general.
I'm just not going to say anything.
Congratulations on getting married too. by the
Oh
way.
yeah.
Oh, thanks. Yeah,
Show that rock off.
And at this rate, I'll never be married. So
Enhance.
cheers.
You'll find a nice lady or man someday.
Damn. Or waifu.
I got Zach. That's all I need.
I mean, he's not
I don't
wrong.
see
Woogity, 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 woogity.
I don't see a ring on it.
Yeah, I never wear anything on my wrist, so if I get a ring, I'm not wearing it, Zach. I'm sorry. Anyways.
Yeah, they're too much.
Who said I was going to buy you a ring?
Why don't you buy him a ring?
Yeah, bitch.
So, Zach, if I proposed to you right now, would you say yes? If I proposed to you and I said, woogity, woogity, woogity.
Here you go. Give him this.
I'd say wiggity, wiggity.
Put it on your pinky.
Woogity, woogity, woogity,
Put
woogity.
the crescent.
Did you post that video of me playing air guitar?
No, I've not yet. I was going to wait.
That was pretty good.
Please. I can't wait.
But anyway, Emily, as we're heading to the final part of the podcast.
We got some more stuff to talk about, don't we? I feel like we should.
We're like an hour and a half in, by the way.
Well, how much have we talked about?
A lot.
What do you want to talk about?
I might try to jog my memory.
I'm so nervous.
Have you enjoyed being on the podcast?
Yeah, it's been awesome.
Is it what you expected?
It's better.
Because I feel like when we get guests on, they're like, "Oh, this is."
I'm nervous.
At least,
neat.
no. Still the best thing somebody has ever said walking in here is, it's a lot smaller than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Shout out Dustin. I'm not even being sarcastic. I love that he said that. He was like, man, it's not. It looks bigger on like camera and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
that's
It
true.
definitely does.
Yeah.
But
It doesn't look like y'all are sausage into a little corner of the room.
We
Oh,
like
yeah.
sausages.
this setup we have going right
Yes.
now, I love it a lot. It feels like we can actually.
Tim's
like
idea.
whenever, yeah, it's
Tim's idea. Yeah.
the best setup we've had.
Well, good
ever.
job, Tim.
Thank you. It was way better than what we were doing.
Yeah,
Tim Bob.
100%. Yeah.
Bobby. Oh, Bobby.
Oh, Bobby.
Love it.
I'm glad you burped into the
I'm
mic.
such a lady.
Speaking of which, we don't have enough like female guests on the podcast either, so it's good to have that.
Sexist.
No, it's true. We don't have.
Ban the podcast. Ban
It's
it.
because girls
My
suck.
friend Becca, she brought that up. She listens to our podcast occasionally. She was like, "Y'all need to get some girls on the podcast." 'cause
Estrogen.
Is Sarah
What a
the only
meat
one?
fest over here. Damn.
basically, she was like,
Whip
because
out
y'all,
my wiener.
because all y'all want to talk about is man stuff, and I'm like, oh, just gonna,
Man stuff.
We got Linda coming on.
sometimes you just got.
Oh, we are
I
going to
wish
have a...
Linda had been here. I'm sorry. I might just ride down the street and see her real quick. Hey, you got some meatloaf in
You
your fridge?
can. Yeah, it's good dude. Good dude. Just literally drop our house plate.
I want some meatloaf now.
Linda, it's your daughter-in-law. Linda. Yeah. Love old Linda. She's the best.
So we got her coming.
And Jimbo.
We've
I love
got.
him, Why don't you have Blackout as a guest? She could just sit here and talk.
That would never happen.
She got stories for days.
She's older than all of us combined,
She
so
is. She's seen some shit.
All she does is
She's seen some
sleep in
shit she
the
probably
monkey
don't wanna
grass.
see.
Is all she does.
I thought about a good story earlier while you were telling your story, but now I don't remember what it was.
Probably wasn't good then.
Don't remember. Had to do with Linda. I'm pretty sure.
Ooh, that would be a good
It was
one.
a good one, and I was like, I can't forget.
Anyway, Zach, do you want to tell the beautiful people where they can find the Mochi podcast?
It's over at mochipodcast.com. We're on all social media networks at Mochi Podcast. We're also on YouTube. We make YouTube videos.
Subscribe!
So if you're listening to us on iTunes, Spotify, or anywhere podcasts are heard, you can also watch us over on YouTube,
Unless you have a job where you can't watch it like me and you listen to podcasts.
you.
which is still crazy. What did you just say? You gonna freak?
Christopher Robin's gonna stab you in the jugular.
You keep jumping between
It's
that
getting
Pooh
so
Bear.
much scarier. I don't enjoy it. Stop.
Winnie the Pooh Bear's gonna kill you, Emily.
Goodness.
Drain out your
dude, I would hit Winnie the Pooh Bear with a frying pan. He cannot.
I would hit Tim with the frying pan.
I would like break Winnie the Pooh's knees with like a crowbar if he tried some stuff like that.
Just cut his.
I'll
legs
put
off
down
there.
the
Yeah,
I'll
you're
put
right.
down the honey for the blood.
Just pick him up and just like set him somewhere. that he
It's
can't
so
get out.
it's super creepy, but I did it as a joke because that movie makes her cry. So thinking about Winnie the Pooh getting killed by Christopher Robin makes her cry too.
Yeah, I'm scared to watch this.
It would be hilarious.
She's in the other room, just like why does people
I would-
know
I
her?
can't watch
would-
Dumbo in theaters. I've already decided because I'll just be sobbing the whole time.
We've already.
Heard it was good. Or Jay went and saw it and said it was good.
I heard it was good. So I'm like,
Anyway, you can find the Mochi Podcast on all the places that have Mochi Podcast and then an @ symbol, or mochipodcast.com. You can find us on Spotify, Google, iTunes.
If you're a Google Chrome user, Chrome has implemented a new thing where websites have to have a security certificate, HTTPS, which we don't have. So Chrome users will be prompted with a, hey, this might be a malicious website. We're not. We're just a podcast.
That's teammusic.com.
Teenmusic.com. Don't go there. So yeah, check us out, mochipodcast.com. I've been your host, Zach, with my host, Tim, his host, Hayden, and our very special guest.
I've been doing this the whole time.
Our very special guest, Emily.
sorry.
Thank you for coming on this week.
thank you for having me. It was a blast.
And do you want to say what we say on the end of every podcast?
We love Lake.
We love weed.
We love Lake.
Peace out.
And we let them.
We love Kermit.
We do love Kermit.